Back with you guys on the 67 Mustang. If you remember where we left off, I'll show you. I had gotten all the floor pan in on this side and along on that side, and I repaired the seat risers, as you can see down there, and put them back in place where they belong. What I'm talking about seat risers, these pieces here. So that's all taken care of, and if you remember, we done the back patches in the floor there where it needed it. So good and solid. Now someone suggested, they said, a one-piece floor is easier. You are correct. Yes, you are correct. A one-piece floor is easier. But the customer already had these parts. They came with the car when he bought it, so he wanted to use what he had. Why not save the money? And this is just as easy. I mean, one piece is just nicer. You don't have the welds, but I do butt weld everything. So the only place you would see a weld on this anyway is along on the transmission tunnel. But I butt welded it in there, and I ground the welds down on this side, which really doesn't matter. You're going to dynamite it, you're going to insulate, you're going to carpet, so who cares? The other side I cleaned up, so it looks nice and clean. So when I do the texture spray on the bottom, because that's all this car is going to be, it's a nice clean driver for his wife. When I do a texture spray, you'll never even know it was ever welded there. So that's the only place, because along, I don't know if you can see, but along inside the lip here, it just spot welds on anyway. If you can see it up over there, it just spot welds on. And that goes on to the rocker, the inner part of the rocker, which you never see from underneath the car. So, one piece floor, nice in one piece, goes in along the edges, easier, nicer, totally agree. But I used what the customer had. He didn't want to re-spend money on parts when he already had them. So the only way and only place you're going to see the weld here is, like I say, along here, which we cleaned up. So now, to move on forward, he has brought me some more parts over. He's brought me over the inner wheel well, which is right here, which is all rotten. Which you remember, I left it alone. I started cutting out here, and I left it alone to that point till I had the parts. So he's brought me that in, and then he's brought me this rear panel, which goes up in here, if you can see, but his panel's only got rust in that one corner. Other than that, it's solid. But you can't say it's solid yet till you cut all this out and see. Now this piece he brought me to, which is right here, and that's what he's brought me. And this piece, if you can see, goes over top of this piece. So, where am I going to start right now? I'm going to start with the wheel tub, I think. I'm going to start there. I mean, look at all the patchwork that's been done here. So first thing you do, you don't just cut out. Because if you see, you've got your trunk support, which is for your hinge, which holds everything. You've got your back seat that goes onto the wheel tub. You got all that. So you got to get all that cleaned up and taken off of there. So, and that there isn't just 15 minutes. You don't just take a grinder, whack, whack, cut it, and who gives a shit. You want to do it properly so you can put it back properly. So you're probably going to spend an hour or so here trying to get this cleaned up and taken apart and getting the tub out. So that's where I'm at now. So I'm going to get this tub out of here and then continue this video on. Okay, what you can see here, what I've done. And guys, when you're doing this, don't get fussy. Like see, what I'm saying when I don't get fussy. See, I grabbed a piece of tubing. I went from this to up here. I went from here to over here. Then I put a piece in between. Because when I cut this wheel tub out, this whole trunk assembly, you can see, is spot welded to it. And then I went, again, another piece from there to there, just to hold this in place. And of course, I took measurements. I wrote them down on a piece of paper here that's sitting on the roof. But don't get fussy on what you use. Like, see how that piece of metal, it's way too long and hangs over? Who cares? It's just bracing. The good news is you took the time to brace it. So many people cut this shit up and they don't brace it. Then they wonder why nothing lines up. Now, obviously, I had to cut this piece to fit exactly in here, which was 40-something and a quarter. I remember that much. But anyway, I'm just using hunks of metal I got laying around. I keep all this old tubing and shit and flat bar around here for bracing. And then what I do is, after I'm done, I cut it back off, I clean up the ends, and boom, I throw it in the corner, and I got another piece for bracing something else one day. But I'm just saying, don't get fussy how you brace it. Just make sure you brace it so you know it's not going to move. Right? So obviously I've covered the in and out movement. I've covered it from moving that way with that piece. Covered it from moving here, and I've added an extra piece. This is not going to go anywhere now, so we're good. So now, we're going to start drilling out some of the spot welds around here and getting all this shit broken away. Okay, as you can see here, guys, I've got the inner wheel tub cut out. There it is there, in pieces. I find it's always easier to cut them out in pieces and try and get the whole thing out. I just chop out pieces. This, remember we braced this, obviously. Look at that, solid, didn't move at all. So we got that cut out. Now, we're going to get onto this floor section, because the inner wheel tub attaches to this floor along here. Don't pay attention to this metal you see hanging up. That's pieces someone's welded on. So this whole piece is what he brought me, which is leaning over there on the table, you see. So that's kind of got to go in because the wheel tub goes on there. And it's easier to do this right now with that inner wheel tub out. It's like a jigsaw puzzle when you do this stuff. And you can see we got some rust here, right there. So we'll play with that and deal with that too while we're in here. We'll get this off, see what's going on. So we'll do that, and I'll continue to work and eat pizza pops at the same time. Okay, we'll get back to it here. Okay guys, so this is where we're going to stop for now on this video, and we'll continue it with another one. As you can see, I got all that floor section cut out, which was this piece right here. If you can visualize this, that there sits over top of your subframe, and then your inner wheel tub is going to go to that. So we're going to get this piece in next, make sure our measurements line up. We got them written in our book, plus we even got some measurements written down here. I got stuff written everywhere. This worked out awesome. Look at that. Nothing is moving where that is. It hasn't moved at all. So we're going to clean up in the frame here tomorrow. We'll do another video for you guys tomorrow. Clean up in the frame, get our stuff sprayed in there. There's a couple little areas. I saw a couple little spots right on the front here I got to take care of. On this piece right here. This is where your rubber stop hooks to. So I got to take care of that. Frame's all solid down there. G-seam's all good here. Look at that. So we're good there. So tomorrow we will start welding away. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, Old Time Garage, we are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram at Rick's_Old Time Garage. And that's it. We're chugging away. Hope you all had a good new year. Sorry I'm a little late here with the videos. I have a couple for you all in a row here. You're going to get a couple out here tonight because I did them and then just forgot to put them up. Anyway, it's always a good time at Old Time. See you next time.